Is Nicole, the new ATK buffing powerhouse, worthy of taking Bennett's crown? Is the Hexerite team even worth pulling her for? I'm sure you've all got these kinds of questions. After diving deep into the beta server, let me give you the conclusion up front. Nicole is, without a doubt, a massive buff for Hexerite teams, while also having extremely high versatility. Just like Xylonin and Farina are the perfect teammates for Mavuka or Nuvolette, she's also an absolute treat for older characters too. Why do I say that? Let's look at her kit. First, the unavoidable question, how do her numbers stack up? At skill level 9, she gives the whole team 570 ATK. Some extreme folks might say, bro, just 570 ATK? How does that compare to Bennett with a 674 base ATK weapon dishing out 1200 ATK? Hold on, hear me out. Let's keep going. During the ATK buff duration, when a character is on field for 3 seconds, they gain an extra 300 ATK. So the on-field character gets 870 ATK and off-field characters get 570 ATK. And let's not forget she also throws in a free shield. Sure, on raw ATK numbers, she can't beat Bennett wielding a 674 base ATK weapon. But Bennett's buff is locked to his burst, and using a high base ATK weapon makes energy a nightmare. Plus he only buffs the on-field slot. Meanwhile, Nicole's team-wide buff activates from her skill, which is great whether you're tackling Abyss, Spiral Abyss content, or just open world, she's already got a clear edge. As a full team buff, in multi-DPS comps the total damage boost is way more noticeable. And the interrupt resistance from her shield? Comfort cranked to the max. Now, question 2, is Nicole locked into the Hexerite team? For that, let's look at her elemental burst. After her burst is cast, when on-field attacks land, she deals an additional hit counted as on-field damage, up to 4 times. Her Hexerite talent only boosts the additional damage from Hexerite characters' bursts. Beyond that, the only advantage Hexerite characters get is skipping the 3-second wait to gain the full ATK buff. Realistically, her burst doesn't push team DPS up by much, and it's not strongly tied to her main buffing power. So Nicole isn't actually locked into the Hexerite team. So what weapon should she run? Her signature is the top pick, high base ATK, ATK substat, and a passive that gives the whole team extra damage. Or Brad Shinion's signature, also high base ATK. Or the ancient relic memory of dust. Don't have those? You can pull out Skyward Atlas. Got nothing at all? Just slap on the 4-star Forged Catalyst, full impurity. Honestly, all super solid options. For artifacts, you absolutely want the brand new Hexerite set. ATK Sands, ATK Goblet, ATK Circlet, with Feather and Flower loaded with ATK substats. With Nicole's ATK panel hitting 4000, she can replace Bennett in most team comps, giving you a way more comfortable damage environment. Plus, since her ATK buff hits the whole team, it effectively boosts overall DPS. Every old ATK scaling character gets a slice of the pie. Like Venti, Klee, Child, Xiao, Hu Tao, Raiden Shogun, Juamiya, Wanderer, Sino, Liney, Navia, Clarinda, Arlecchino, Emily, Kinich, Mavuka, Barisa, Durin. That said, Nicole herself is a Hexerite character, so the Barca Hexerite team is hands down her biggest power spike. It not only boosts on-field Barca's damage, but also takes the ATK pressure off Prune, giving her more room for energy recharge substats. And when Durin runs Tenacity of the Millilith, it lifts the ATK pressure off Nicole herself. This Hexerite team is fully interlocked, taking the whole squad's damage to a whole new level. Now some of you might jump in saying, I've been saving for Nicole forever, what about her constellations? Alright, let's run through them. C1, when an on-field character's attack lands, it deals an extra hit dealing 600 of that character's ATK. That nicely bumps up the team's damage. C2 is the key one. Her ATK buff gets an additional 300 ATK boost. And when the full ATK buff is applied, it also reduces the enemy's corresponding elemental RES. C3 boosts her skill talent level and ATK buff value, which lets her edge past Bennett even on raw ATK numbers. Then C4 characters with the full ATK buff also gain 8 feathers that boost plunging attack, elemental skill, and elemental burst damage. This one is scary. Combined with Nicole's talent, when an on-field character deals elemental DMG, the whole team gets the full ATK buff and ignores 40 of enemy DEF. Not only does she lift the whole team up, but 40 def ignore is just absolutely insane. And it's full team, all damage types. At C6, no matter which team you're running. It doesn't even matter, she's literally the god of the entire team. Final summary, Nicole is the key piece for Hexerite teams, but she's not locked into them. At C0, she's already a complete package team ATK buff, shield, and additional damage all in one. Pair that with the new artifact set and she dishes out massive extra damage. Her constellations also scale massively, C2 is the qualitative leap, C6 makes her ascend. With Nicole and Bennett, you can split them into 2 teams. This time, you don't have to worry about Bennett not being able to